Can you hear me now? That was really weird. All right. Well, I apologize if you guys couldn't hear me. We were just talking about strategies and tires and fuel, the normal rigmarole. You guys know how it goes after 9 weeks of racing here, especially those that are return viewers. So now we can. All right. Yeah. My bad, guys. I don't know what happened there. That was a weird glitch, but we got it sorted. So fantastic. All right. Back to business. Welcome in, everybody. I'm your host for the evening, GT45 Gaming. Man, I had some good jokes in there this time, too. I'm really upset everybody missed that for a change. Hey, hey, hey. The sound is on, can hear you. Thanks, everybody. It's Monday. Can I use that as an excuse? Yeah, okay, it's Monday. That's my excuse, all right? So, sponsors, GTR Simulators, Apex Racing, graphics done by Hyper Graphics. Flat Out Racing North America is a great organization that's providing all this amazing racing here this season for us. And I'm your host, GT45 Gaming. Need a PS6? Maybe somebody to push the buttons for me? Hey, how you doing, Mr. Twig? Come in with that thumbs up as well. Much love. Funny guys I see tonight. Funny guys. Funny guys. All right, let's flip it. We're a little bit behind schedule today, but not too shabby. So, hello GT45 at all. How you doing, Mr. Grayson? Hope you're doing fantastic. That was really loud. All right, we're now that I'm deaf and everybody can hear me, let's do some racing, shall we? All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, 10 drivers on grid here today. So, on pole position is KCR Nieder. Obviously, you can't really see him very well just due to the camera angle. In second is High Pre Jay Silva. In the second row, it is Jay Stewart lining up beside our pole sitter. So Nieder does come in with those ever so important bonus points. Sitting right beside him is Corey GT35. In the third row is THG's Pork. Sitting beside him is Sir Churro. Starting the fourth row off is Ricardo Pickles, and sitting beside him is Apex Racing's Bar 27. Awesome. I was hoping for some kind of racing tonight. There we go, my friend. In ninth place, we do have Ione, and rounding out the field is Ghost 45. So, small grid here tonight. We're missing some of the drivers here, and good points for all those making it tonight. I mean, the season's coming to a very close end, so let's bring up some standings. Let's bring up some standings, shall we? All right, let's check it. Ready? Boom. All right, standings. We do have Nieder leading the championship coming into round 9 here. So this is after 7 rounds, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, the missing round hasn't been calculated in as of yet. So Nieder is in the lead with 125 points, followed by Jay Stewart in second place with 108 points. Sir Churro is in third with 101 points. Jay Silva is in fourth with 88 points. Ricardo Pickles is in fifth with 74 points. As Badass is no longer in the series for the remainder of the season. We have Pork in sixth place with 70. We have Method, who's also opted out for the remainder of the season, so no longer factoring into those standings anymore either. So it's Corey up into seventh with 55 points. GT45 Gaming in eighth with 54 points. Bar in ninth with 45 points. Tattooed in 10th with 40 points. And Ione in 11th with 35 points. And Doug is still a substitute driver, so his points still do technically count as well, ladies and gentlemen. But some of the drivers just not finishing the season out for various, whatever the reason may be. It happens, just the way it goes. So the field kind of diminishing here in the pro lobby, but that's all right. We're almost done this season, ladies and gentlemen. Paymay coming in with that thumbs up. John Gracie coming in with the thumbs up. Paul Twig as well coming in with the thumbs up. Corey coming in with the thumbs up a little bit earlier there as well. We did see that. We appreciate y'all. You can still hear me, right? All right. Gonna turn some of this on. We're gonna turn some of that on. We're just making sure everything's on before we start this time, right? Right. All right. So, without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this 10-car lobby off here this evening. So, kick them tires, light them fires. Let's go racing. And without further ado, we're racing. 1 red, 2 red, 3, 4, 5. Let's go. Waiting for that green. Long, short, short. It is a mid-light, so here we go. And the drivers are off, and it is Nieder. And he is going to start it off here. So, Daytona, we should see guys just jockeying for position. Everybody just kind of slot in behind each other. We may see some side-by-side battling. Let's see how these guys handle it. Coming into turn 1, it is Nieder in the lead. It is Jay Stewart and Silva there. A little bit of bumping going on there, but no harm, no foul done so far by any of the drivers. Looks like everybody survives turn 1. Fantastic. Still, Nieder in the lead. No, it's Silva now up in the lead here as he ducks in front coming into the horseshoe. Nieder's going to look for the cutback. Ooh, a little bit of contact between these two drivers. And Jay Stewart's going to take advantage. He's going to move up into second. Nieder's now going to move back down into third place. Ooh, spicy start. So, Silva in the lead, Jay Stewart in second. We've got Nieder in third. We've got, which one is it? Pork in fourth. We've got Ricardo Pickles in fifth. We've got Corey right there in sixth. We've got Yanni up in seventh. We've got Serchuro here in eighth. We've got Ghost in ninth. And we've got Bar 27 in 10th. So just a hair off the pack. Maybe a little mistake. Maybe a little wiggle with those cold tires. Just a couple seconds off there. Very early on in the race. Only a lap on at 25, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Stefan coming in with that thumbs up. How we doing? How we doing? So it is Jay Silva in the lead here, coming around, leading into the bus stop, ladies and gentlemen. Jay Stewart following here in second place. We've got Nieder in third. We've got Pork still in fourth, but getting a little bit of pressure here from Pickles now. Pickles taking a look up at the inside. He's going to slot back in for the bus stop. Ooh, a little bit of contact there, I think. Potentially from one of the drivers. One of the drivers getting a little bit of the source there. So Yanni's going up into sixth now. Pickles into seventh. We've got Serchuro in eighth. We've got Ghost in ninth. And Bar 27 now just closing up on these guys here in the back of the pack. So everybody's still fairly close together here as we're coming around this first fairly long lap at Daytona, ladies and gentlemen. It's again a 2.5 mile racetrack. 1.5 mile racetrack for the oval, so I think it's a little over 2 miles with the infield. But it is Silva coming into turn 1 for the second time around here. So now the guys are starting to get a little bit of heat into their tires. They've sorted themselves out somewhat. First and second place broke free a little bit here. They got a little bit of breathing room from the rest of the pack. And it looks like Ghost dropping down into P9 there as Yanni, I think, went around him there. But here we go. Battle between Pork and Nieder for 4th and 5th place. And is Nieder going to hold on to 4th here? But Corey's now moved up into P3 here as well. So lots of battling here very early on in this race for these guys, just trying to sort themselves out here, trying to figure out who's got the quicker pace out of the group. And Pork really making up some time here on Nieder coming in the braking, but then Nieder's making up some time, gets a little bit wide. Pork's going to get a good run here. Ooh, and a wiggle from Nieder, a little wiggle from Pork as well. We're side by side coming into the left-hander here, but Nieder should have the inside track here. And here we go. Ooh, on exit, it looked pretty good there. I wasn't sure who's going to come out, but it is going to be Nieder still up ahead in 4th place. It's going to be Pork right there in 5th, so that was pretty good battling here between these two guys. Let's jump on board with Pork here as we are he's going to try on the outside here. I don't think he has enough of a slingshot effector to make this work, but we'll see what happens here. Woof! Getting very close, these guys are. And you can see there, he does get the job done. So Pork getting back up into 4th place here, coming into the bus stop. Nieder is right on the tail there. Ooh, a little bit spicy there for Nieder. So you've seen that car going all kinds of side to side in that dirty air. But he is tucked right in. Is he going to make that response? You can see first, second, and third place kind of getting away a little bit here from these guys as Nieder's. And Nieder and Pork has also broke free from the rest of the pack. So a little bit of separation developing here already as well. Is he going to try and make a move here on Pork coming into turn 1? Ooh, he's going to go real low on the line. He's going to get himself that inside position. Pork's going to go late on the brakes. Ooh, here we go. Nieder's just going to come in real smooth. And ooh, it's a very tight battle here. A little bit of wiggle between both the drivers. And it's still a drag race, ladies and gentlemen. It is Nieder currently back in 4th place, but it's going to have Pork on the inside coming into the corner here. And boy, oh boy, this is some great battling from these guys. And it's going to be Pork out in front. So, wow. Nieder and Pork having a very spirited fight here very early on in the race. And it is now Nieder in 5th place and Pork up into 4th. We've got Alexa coming in with that thumbs up as well. Got Baby coming in with the 200 star going. I can't even say what I can't read what that says. But let's get a hashtag Baby up in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. What does it say? Bro. Oh, I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Lego Bar says Payday, yo, let's go over on the other YouTube as well. Payday is all over the map right now, showing the love across all the channels. Says go Corey, says Stefan. All right. So we were sticking with this, but now Pork's opened up a little tiny bit of a gap here on Nieder. So let's go through the rest of the field and see what's happening in the backside of the pack here. We got Pork, Ricardo Pickles here in 6th place. We got Bar 27 all the way up into 7th here now. Ghost 45 is in 8th. Yanni's down into 9th, and Sir Churro's in 10th place here. So all of these guys kind of swapping positions around a little bit here. Not sure what happened to Sir Churro there. But losing a couple positions, Bar gaining a couple positions, so a little turn 1 accordion cluster maybe, perhaps, ladies and gentlemen. LJ shooting for that P1. Hey, always shoot for that P1 is LJ. Oh, look at that, our battery's dying, chat. That's not good. Well, we'll see if it survives. Oh, hold on, I can plug it in. I have the cord very, very nearby. Look at that. Sometimes preparedness is key. Check, make sure it's not making funny sounds. Alright, fantastic. So it is Silva in the lead here, ladies and gentlemen, and you can't hear me now. You can hear me. There we go. So LJ coming in with that thumbs up. LJ Stewart, what is up, my guy? Jay Stewart here in 2nd place, and he's starting to see some pressure here from Corey now. So pardon me, ladies and gentlemen. Corey closing up the gap here on the 2nd place driver, Jay Stewart. So THG driver looking real spicy here tonight as well. Looking to battle up front here, try to grab that spot from Jay Stewart. Teammate THG's Porton just in behind here in 4th place, about 3, maybe 4 seconds here currently. Ricardo Pickles now up into 5th, but carrying a half-second penalty there, so that's not ideal. Bar 27 now up into 6th place. Nieder's down into 7th. Ghost 45 here in 8th. We got Sir Churro right in behind him in 9th, and Yanni now in 10th. So I don't know what's going on back here, but maybe we should hang out back here for a minute, because these guys are completely swapping positions around like crazy. And we got Bar and Nieder battling here now. So Nieder tucked in behind Bar. Bar's going to close up in behind Pickles here. Bar's going to take a little bit of clean air here. Is he going to try and get the job done? Yes, he does go to the outside. Nieder's going to decide which driver he's going to pick here. He's going to go on Bar, and he's going to get around Pickles as well. So Bar 27 going up into 5th. Nieder now moving back up into 6th. Ricardo Pickles dropping down into 7th, losing 2 positions there. And it's Sir Churro in 8th. Ooh, little tap there from Ghost 45 in behind, but it doesn't look like it affected him too much there. And Yanni's going to take advantage of that there and jump up into 9th place. So Ghost losing a position there as well. Whew, spicy racing here so far on lap 5, ladies and gentlemen. We get some good racing here. We got Jay Silva in the lead, though, and he's got a pretty juicy lead here right now. It's looking like a pretty good 5-second gap here currently on Jay Stewart, chasing in 2nd place, and he has Corey all over the backside of him right now. Corey really closing up on Jay Stewart here right now on the racetrack, and we should stick with this to see if Corey's going to be able to make a move. Not necessarily into the bus stop here, but maybe coming into the start-finish line after the bus stop. Yeah, Matthew coming in with that thumbs up. How we doing, everybody? that guy in P2 is fast. Hey, he's all right. He's all right. A pink car looked great, though, let me tell you. So here we go. And Corey now in 2nd place, so as you can see him get the job done in the bus stop. So that was a great move there by Corey, as he just says, no, you know what, I'm not waiting, I'm going to do it right now. And now Jay Stewart here in 3rd place, sitting there right up in behind Corey. So is Jay Stewart going to respond now coming into the start-finish line run, coming into turn 1? That's the next question. Let's see what happens here. Looks like Jay Stewart's just going to sit in behind here. Nope, he was maybe waiting for Corey to run up the track here. No, he is going to stay in behind. So Corey's going to move up into 2nd place, and he's going to hold that position coming through turn 1 here. But if he gets it out a little bit too wide, that's going to leave the door open, and Jay Stewart really closing the gap back up there. And it is game back on as we come into the horseshoe. You can see there, Silva's got a fairly good lead up in front. So it is game on, and Jay Stewart looking for a little bit of a cutback there. Just couldn't quite get the power down as good as Corey got a great exit there, so he's going to slot back in behind the 3rd place, and he still is trying to find his way back around Corey and get that P2 back, but Corey's doing a fantastic job here early on in this race, ladies and gentlemen, at moving his way up through the field. So now his target is Jay Silva up ahead, but that is a target that is a little ways ahead here currently right now. Jay Stewart is still pressing as well, so a lot on Corey's plate here at the moment in second place, but Jay Stewart also opting to play nice here as well. Maybe a little bit of teamwork, catch up to that for first place driver there. THG's Pork here in fourth place, and he's kind of in no man's land. He's kind of all on his own here. He doesn't have a drafting buddy, so that's going to hurt him. Maybe trying to catch up to those two guys currently in second and third places. They've been kind of working together, minus that great move by Corey at the bus stop, that is, to take second place. But they're definitely going to pull away from Pork as he's kind of by himself right now. Bar 27 is much of the same thing. He's kind of in no man's land here. He's chasing Pork down in fourth place there, but doesn't have that slipstream as of yet. So if these two guys can hook up, that might be a benefit to both these drivers. Ricardo Pickles here is in sixth place, and he's got the pack still on him here, so he is a little bit free of Nieder, and I believe it's Sir Churro right now. They're battling coming out of the bus stop. Nieder got a good run there. He's going to take it up the inside, and he's going to get the position on Sir Churro, so Nieder's up in seventh, all the way down into eighth there for a little bit. So Nieder having a little bit of a struggle here today on the track. Maybe he's got some damage, maybe he's got some tires. It looks like Pickles is going to dive into pit lane there, so it's Yoni going to go back around KCR Nieder there, and he's going to move himself up into sixth place going into turn one here. And Nieder's not going to dispute it. He's just going to sit in behind and set up for it. So Yoni moving his way up the field here now. This is some spicy racing. These guys are moving all over the place here. We've got Ricardo Pickles here in pit lane. We've got Sir Churro also in pit lane, and Ghost 45 is a ways behind the pack, so he must have made a pit stop here. Now we've just missed it, ladies and gentlemen. So three drivers looking like two-stop strategies here very early on in the race. Big brain moves. Silva here in first place, and he is cruising right now on lap 7. He's just coming around into the bus stop here. Let's jump on board secondary style here as we're with our leader Silva as he comes in and through the bus stop here. This is a pretty high-speed corner. It's just about getting the line right and trying to get on the power as early as you can. And you can see he does a really great job of doing that there. And up the road he goes. And right now, he can't even see the drivers chasing him in second and third place with Corey and Jay Stewart. So he's got a pretty comfortable lead here to start lap 8. Can't complain about that. We got Corey in second place, and he's starting to open up a little bit of a gap here on Jay Stewart. Jay Stewart here in third place. Again, second place in the point standings here. But right now, he has a couple positions on the guy he's chasing. So this is good for Jay Stewart right now. THG's Pork here in fourth place as he comes into turn 1 to start his 8th lap of the race. Yoni up into 5th place now with those pit stops happening. KCR Nieder in 6th with Bar 27 chasing here in 7th. And then there's a big gap with the drivers that have made a pit stop. So it's Sir Churro followed by Ricardo Pickles and Ghost 45 here. And he's not too far off these guys as they all just came through the bus stop here. So you can see Ricardo just up ahead of him here. So some pit strategy developing from some of these drivers here. So are we going to see one stop from the front pack of the group? We may. We're definitely seeing a 2-stop from the back part of the group anyway. Corey coming around here, and he's got Jay Stewart still about a second, maybe 1.2 seconds in behind here. And just chilling, trying to save a little fuel, trying to save that race car. Fuel saved is time saved in pit lane, obviously. THG Pork is sitting here in 4th place and not really gaining, but doesn't really seem like he's losing either. Yoni's in 5th, and he is trying to catch up to these guys up ahead of him here. Nieder in 6th place and struggling a little bit here today. Bar 27 chasing here in 7th place, and he's got a little bit of gap to make up there if he wants to catch Nieder up in the 6th. Sir Churro has a bit of a gap between him and Bar 27 as well. And then there's this 3-way group at the end of the pack here. Our first pit stop drivers, of course, all fairly close together here, within a couple seconds apart of each other. But it is Jay Silva currently in the lead, and he's going to go around again, right, ladies and gentlemen. And these guys they're cruising along pretty nice and neat and tidy. We had some really good early on battling here, but now they've kind of settled into the mid part of the race here. They're worried about the strategy. They're thinking about that stop. Lots of things going through the drivers' minds right now. Trying not to make any mistakes is always the biggest thing here. Pork here in 4th place as he's coming through turn 1 and turns 2 and 3 here. Ioni's just coming around into turn 1 right now as well. Got Nieder just coming into turn 1, so he's not too far behind Yanni here. He's losing him a little bit, but not too much. Bar 27 here, slowly but surely looking like he's starting to gain on Nieder. Serchuro here has broke free a little bit of Pickles up in behind, and Pickles much to the same of Ghost 45 chasing him as well. So game on. Yeah, Jonathan coming in with that thumbs up as well. Much love, everybody. How are we all doing tonight? Hope we're all having a fantastic start to our week. Keep pushing, Corey. Go Pork. Hey, that's right. We love to see the fans coming in, cheering the boys and the girls on. In this case, it's just a bunch of good old boys on track here today, but they are definitely racing here tonight. But it is Silva coming in late in the season and doing a really great job of charging up the point standings here. Corey here in second place. Jay Stewart here in third. We got Pork in fourth. Ioni in 5th, Nieder in 6th, Bar 27 in 7th, and we're starting to see some space here. It's just Jay Stewart and Corey right now that are really close to each other. Serchuro here in 8th, we've got Ricardo in 9th. We'll take a look at some liveries here maybe as these drivers are going around. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that, shall we? So, we'll start with our leader, ladies and gentlemen. Driving here for Team Hypre, ladies and gentlemen. Again, the same gentleman that does these graphics that we see here throughout all our broadcasts this season at Flat Out Racing North America. So, Hypre driver here, Jay Silva, the only one in this division. And try and get a nice little shot here on that car as it goes by and through out of the International Horseshoe here. No scratches, no body damage on that car. He's kept it nice and clean here so far. Moving on down through the fields, we see Pork now coming into pit lane there as well. We're with THG's Corey, and he's got that Team THG. That stands for the Humble Guys, ladies and gentlemen, if you weren't aware. THG, that is what it stands for. So that is the team, of course, that Corey GT35 here is representing. And the classic THG livery on track here tonight as well. You see that Canadian flag on the side of the car. So a big mixture of American and Canadian drivers here in this division this season. In third place is Jay Stewart from Team Rockefeller Racing, ladies and gentlemen. And that good old classic pink Jaguar we've seen all season long here on track. Of course, we have the white version of this car on the Teammate MSP in the Elite division as well. And we're just trying to get a little close-up shot here, see if our camera boys can work a little magic for us. And again, second in the championship standings coming into round 9 here. So looking good in third place. We've got Yanni from Flying Fox Racing, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, the host of the Pro Lobby here as well. And let's see if we can get our camera crew to work some magic here for us. Get a great shot of that car as he's coming through the bus stop there. And up the road he goes in fourth place. He's having a great race here as well, ladies and gentlemen, himself tonight. And Joe coming in with that thumbs up. How you doing, my guy? We got KCR Nieder here, and this is our championships leader in 5th place. So not exactly having the best of races here tonight, but he does have a little bit of a points advantage, and the race is still young. We're only on lap 10 of 25, but he does have that 1 second penalty here. So definitely struggling a tiny little bit here with Daytona today. And of course that American flag there on the side of his car, ladies and gentlemen. Jay Stewart now has the lead of the race. Silva has come into pit lane. We have not seen this driver's car yet. So Apex Racing's Bar 27, ladies and gentlemen. One of 2 Apex drivers represented here in the Pro Division. And teammate Tattooed Freak not in the race here this evening. So I'm just waiting for the camera crew to try and get a good shot on that race car there, ladies and gentlemen. As it's coming around the racetrack here. And one of the title sponsors drivers here sitting pretty good in third place. As of course, round of pit stops are starting to happen here now. So Hypre Silva comes up in fourth place. We have Serchuro here, and he is with the Knights, ladies and gentlemen. And he is just coming up on the back of Corey here. So Corey just came out of pit lane. Serchuro is just coming right up in behind him here. We're just waiting to get a shot where we can get a nice little close-up. Take a look at that car here. Oh, that's a great close-up there by our camera guy. And let's see how they take it into the next shot here. Fantastic stuff. Currently sitting in 6th place. So we have Ricardo Pickles here, ladies and gentlemen, as well. I believe he's a Flying Fox car. I mean, there is a Flying Fox on that car. So, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Like, I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure he's a Flying Fox racer, though. But yeah, he's currently sitting in 7th place here. That is a very Snazzy looking car he's got there. Very busy up on the back window there as well. We've got THG's Pork as well, ladies and gentlemen. Another THG racer here in the division. Again, the humble guys he's representing here. And that American flag there on the side of his car as well. We've got Ghost 45 here, another member from Team Rockefeller Racing as well, and he's in that other pink Jaguar, much like the one we saw from Jay Stewart, who's currently leading the race here, and he's sitting in 9th place right now on the racetrack. And I think that was everybody, I believe. Let's just make sure. It was. Fantastic. All right, back to the race lead, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? Jay Stewart currently leading the race here right now, so our second race leader of the night, ladies and gentlemen. So he's looking pretty racy here, as of course the current leader did go into pit lane, so he's looking for an overcut strategy here. It's Nieder now back up into second place here, and oh, we got the wrong banner up. Look at us go. Do that. Boop, boop. There we go. Problem solved. Now, just for the record, these guys are putting in times faster than the elite drivers, so I guess that could not necessarily be an inaccurate statement there for this particular broadcast. But Jaguars are a beast in a straight line, so definitely some speed to be gained there on these cars on this big open part of this racetrack. The downside for this car is the infield sector. It's very, very hard on these cars. They just don't like to turn that quickly. You got to kind of wait for them and be patient for them to make the corner, and then get back on that power again. And then again, that's where this car has an advantage on most of the Group 3 cars. It has some great acceleration point. Corey here in 4th place, and he has got Sir Churro all up on his business here in 5th place in behind. So he came right up in behind him as Corey was coming out of pit lane, and our leader now coming into pit lane as well. So I should give the lead to Nieder if he opts to stay out. Sir Churro here in 5th place. Ricardo Pickles up into 6th. Pork is in 7th here, and some of these guys are starting to close back up together here again as well. We got Ghost 45 here in 8th, with Yanni in 9th, and Bar 27 here in 10th. So it's Stewart in pit lane, Nieder in pit lane, so it's going to be Silva coming back around, and that will give him the race lead here as he's just coming across that start-finish line. So lap 13, we're at the midway point of the race here, ladies and gentlemen, and Team Hypre looking very strong here tonight as he's going to move back into the race lead. The question is now, how much in the race lead is he going to move back up into, as the other two guys should be coming out of pit lane here fairly soon. So we don't see him as he's coming into the horseshoe here. So let's see where these guys come out in comparison to Corey and Sir Churro right now. So Corey did go in 2nd place, and oh, there it is, Jay Stewart just coming out in behind him and Sir Churro. So Sir Churro is going to move up into 3rd place here after the sequence of pit stops. So Jay Stewart losing out on some time here from these drivers. He's going to slot into P4. Ricardo Pickles are still in 5th, with Pork chasing in 6th, and he is starting to close up a little bit here. The Ghost is up into 7th place as he's coming through the horseshoe here, and Ioni in 8th place now. So I said that twice. Look at me go. Apex Racing's Bar 27 now going to move up into 9th, with Nieder coming into pit lane, so he's getting that car all sorted out there. Looks like they're doing a little bit of repair work on that KCR car. Keep pushing, Bar. Hey, bro, just stopping in between a smoke break and practice. Hello, Winner Circle member. Stay winning. Hey, appreciate you, Joe. Appreciate you, my guy. Alright, so it is Jay Silva in the lead, and he has been looking racy. He's holding fastest lap on the racetrack, and that is a 1:43.532. You do see that correctly on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. The fastest lap we've seen in the elite division was a 44. 2, and I believe that was in qualifying. And in the amateur division, the fastest lap we saw was also a mid 44, and I'm not sure what the fastest lap in the Pro-Am 1 lobby was last night either, but I believe the Jaguars are going to own the title on fastest lap here this weekend at Daytona. And again, these cars finally get to stretch their legs out a little bit here on a racetrack, so getting to show off a little bit of what this Jaguar really can do when it's given a little bit of opportunity to use that power it's got. Corey here in 2nd place, and he had Sir Churro right up in his business, and now I don't know what happened there. So Jay Stewart must have gotten around Sir Churro, so a little battle between these two drivers, and that's giving Corey GT35 a little bit of a gap here. So Sir Churro losing out there. He's dropped off the podium and fallen into 4th place here. Jay Stewart moving back up into P3. So a little bit of a battle here, but different tires, different wear on the tires, different fuel, different strategies from the drivers. So it's going to be interesting to see how these 2-stop and 1-stop pit strategies really do play out at the end of the race here today. Come on, LJ says, Chad, how you doing, my guy? Hope you're doing fantastic, my dude. We got Pickles now chasing here in 6, so Pork has reeled him in. And Pickles is reeling in Pork here as Pickles is coming around the final part of the infield sector here. And then we're going to be making that run up through the oval into the bus stop. We got Ghost 45 here in P7. We've got Yoni in P8. We've got Bar 27 in P9. And Nieder just out in behind him here. So Nieder at the back of the pack here. But does look like he is on a one-stop strategy here. Some of these drivers up in front of him are going to owe another pit stop here yet today on track. So Silva is in the lead and looking pretty good here. Scott Arthur coming in with that thumbs up. How you doing, my dude? Hope you're having a fantastic evening as well. We got Corey 35, GT 35 here in second place, and not really losing those two drivers in behind. He's got a nice gap there, but these guys are chasing. We got Jay Stewart here in third place and Sir Churro in fourth. So Sir Churro has not let Jay Stewart go anywhere here, and he is just in behind him in the point standings as well in third place. So THG's Pork here in fifth place, and he is trying to catch up to those guys, and he has Ricardo still right there chasing him. Ghost 45 here trying to reel those guys in, but it's a little bit of a gap between him and the group up front, and he's got a yellow flag being waved up in front here, so an issue for one of these drivers up in front, and we're not sure who it is, but it is somebody. Ooh, and it's one of our THG drivers. Is Corey GT35, and incident coming into turn 1 here for Corey GT35. So in second place, he looked like he made contact with the wall, or maybe he had a spin there, and he's going to drop himself all the way back down into P8. Now, he doesn't have catastrophic failure on this race car, but he definitely has some damage there. That is really unfortunate here for our second place driver. Oh, we hate to see it. We hate to see it. Apex Bauer 27 here in 9th place, and Nieder still chasing in 10th. So let's go. That changes things a little bit here, ladies and gentlemen. Jay Silva here in first place, and now with a really healthy gap in the lead here from the rest of the field. Jay Stewart in second now, and Sir Churro back on the podium there with that little bit of an incident. He's going to slide right on by Jay Stewart here coming up the straightaway and take that second place away from that driver. So Sir Churro now up into second place and Jay Stewart down into third. Pork chasing in fourth, and he is closing up on these two. Ricardo Pickles is still right there chasing these guys as well. Goes 45 now up into P6 here as he's coming through the bus stop, and just a little tap of the brake there to get that car turned in, and away they go. So Ioni's coming in behind here, and starting to chase goes down. We got Corey GT35 here in 8th place. We got Bar 27 in 9th, and a little bit of slip and slide coming out of the corner there from that driver, and Nieder really starting to chase him down. So our leader went back into pit lane, so a very modified two-stop strategy coming from Team Hypre driver here. Did not expect that to happen. So very short, medium stint in the middle of the race. He's probably going to go back onto those soft tires, and it is going to be go time for the end of the race. So Corey GT35 coming in, he's going to sort out that incident there with potentially the wall in turn 1 and get that car sorted out a little bit. And Nieder here with a penalty. It is just all going wrong for KCR Nieder, our leader, our championship's point leader here coming into the round today. So it's Sir Churro now in the lead, ladies and gentlemen, our third race leader of the evening. Third race leader of the evening here, and it belongs to Sir Churro. Jay Stewart in second place, and he has THG's Pork all over the back bumper now here in third place. So Pork looking to grab some positions here, and he is going to slingshot right around Jay Stewart here. He's going to take that position away from Jay Stewart, and it is now P2 for Pork, and Sir Churro's not that far away. So this has been a really fresh, rejuvenated battle for first place here between these three drivers, with that surprise pit stop by Team Hypre driver Jay Silva midway through the race here. So it's Ricardo Pickles up into fourth place now. Yanni's up at the fifth now. Ghost 45 is up at the sixth. So Yanni has gotten around Ghost. Jay Silva here in 7th, Bar 27 here in 8th, Nieder is in 9th, and Corey now in 10th, and some cold tires are coming out of pit lane, and just needs to collect himself a little bit here and regather his thoughts and get that car back in the right direction. No, Corey, absolutely stupid mistake. No one to blame but myself. It happens, my friend, it happens. Great drive, Corey. Sad to see it go out like that. Thank you. Hey, well, go Pork, go, says Stefan. There's still another THG driver still fighting for podium here, ladies and gentlemen. So it's not all over for these guys yet. So we do have a round of pit stops happening here. We got Serturo now coming in for his second stop. Ricardo Pickles coming in for his second stop. The Ghost 45 coming in for his second stop. So Nieder and Bar 27 battling here as Nieder is slotted up ahead of Bar 27, and he's just got, this poor gentleman is just having a rough day. Bar 27 is going to go back around Nieder as he serves that half-second penalty there. So a little bit of swap in positions between these two drivers. Corey GT35 here in 10th. So it's now Pork in the lead of this race, ladies and gentlemen, for Team THG, and it is now our 4th race leader here today. It does belong to the humble guys, Pork. Jay Stewart chasing here, and he is in a fantastic position right now in this race. He is sitting second in the championship standings. The gentleman he is chasing is sitting in 6th currently on the racetrack, so that is going to be huge points gained. If the race were to end right now, that would very, very quickly tighten up that points gap. Now, keep in mind, Nieder did have pole position point though, so there is a bonus point there for Nieder starting the race as well. Yanni now finding himself up into P3 on the podium currently in the race. Silva chasing here in P4. Bar 27 now up into P5, and Nieder in behind, tucked right in behind in P6. Let's jump on board with this battle as Nieder is chasing Bar 27 down here. And oh, he's going to give a push there. That was a pretty good push there. He almost lifted that car right up, so Nieder got a really good run through there. And are we going to see another push? No, Nieder's going to decide to go around here. And I don't think he realized that Bar 27 was quite moving that slow in behind him here. So maybe a little bit of fuel saving from this driver. Maybe a little bit of strategy being played out from Bar 27 here currently right now in the middle part of this race. But Nieder is going to move back up into P5 as he gets around Bar 27, leading into the bus stop. Bar 27 now in 6th. Serturo chasing here in 7th after a fresh pit stop. Ricardo Pickles in 8th after a fresh pit stop from him. Goes 45 here in 9th after a fresh pit stop. We have Corey GT35 here in 10th. But it is Pork leading the race right now, and he has 2 second, maybe 2.23 second gap on Jay Stewart right now, who is chasing in 2nd place. Is that Silva on a 1-stop or had to do an extra? No, that is a modified 2-stop from Silva. He did a very short 4-5 medium stint right in the middle of the race. Up to P5, let's go, Pork, yes. The channel, you guys are lighting it up tonight. Fantastic. Let's stay on the leader here for a second while I go check in on our group hanging out over there flat out. And everything's looking fantastic for you guys. I hope everybody's enjoying the broadcast. Make sure we're not missing any of those juicy shoutouts here tonight, and we're not. Fantastic. So let's keep going with our race here. So Pork in the lead, Jay Stewart here in 2nd chasing, and about 3 seconds now is that gap, maybe a little less, maybe a little more. We have Yoni up into P3 and Silva chasing, so Silva is right there. He's right up on back end of Yoni here. So Silva looking to get back onto that podium, trying to get around Yoni here. Yoni now having the tough task of trying to defend and hold on to that podium and not let Silva get around. Or does Yoni just let him get around and tuck into the slipstream? I mean, who knows? Let's play it out. Let's check it out. Let's see what happens. Let's jump into hood cam here where and Yoni goes into pit lane, so never mind. We're just going to see Jay Silva move right up into P3 as Yoni now making his 2nd stop of the race here. So about half the field on 2 stops and some of the field on about half the field on 1 stops here, it looks like. Nieder coming around here in 5th place, so that should give him position on Yoni here as well as he comes around. Not 100% sure, but we'll see as he comes around. Yeah, that should definitely grab him a P4 on Yoni. Bar 27 coming around here, that's going to grab him P5 currently here as they're just putting the tires on that car. Serturo here going to jump up into P7, so no, Yoni actually comes back out into P4, so I stand corrected there. And very interesting little strategy coming from this driver here. Didn't expect to see that. So Yoni up into 4th place. Nieder here in 5th. Bar 27 in 6th. Serturo in 7th. Ricardo Pickles in 8th. Ghost in 9th. Corey in 10th. But it's Pork leading the charge here And can he make the rest of the race now is the question, or is he going to have to make another stop? Much of the same goes for Jay Stewart here in second place. High Priest Silva, we've seen after making his second stop now, trying to gain ground on first and second place here. We have Yoni in fourth place, and he's looking pretty solid out here. So there we go. We have Pork now coming into pit lane here. I did suspect we were going to see that fairly soon from some of these drivers. Jay Stewart is going to stay out, so he is going to take the race lead back here for the second time for this driver this evening, and he is going to come around that first corner on lap 20 with that race lead. So 6 laps to go. Can he hold it down? Silva chasing here in second. He's just coming into turn 1 right now. About a 4, maybe 5 second gap between these two drivers. THG Pork in pit lane. Yoni's coming around. I don't know if he's going to be able to grab that spot on Pork or not. We'll have to wait and see. Nieder is in tow here as well, so Nieder's closing up on Yoni here. And let's see what happens as they come around. They come around the start-finish line grabbing that position, but I do believe Pork may come out ahead of these guys. Let's see. Pit exit is coming, and there it is. So Pork will be just coming out of pit lane here, right up ahead of these guys in third place. So they definitely gained some ground on Pork there, but they don't grab that position on him. So chasing third place is Yanni and KCR Nieder. We have Sir Churro here in sixth, and he's got Apex Bar 27 all over him here for seventh, in seventh as well. So a little groupings happening here. We're going to start seeing some battles. We got Pickles here in eighth. We've got Ghost 45 in ninth, and Corey in 10th. Back up to our race leader. He can see Silva back there starting to slowly see a little bit more of a dot and a little bit more of a dot in that review mirror as he's coming around the racetrack here. Silva slowly but surely gaining. THG's Pork in third place, and it is a big gap between him and first and second place. So right now his fight is for third place. Yoni here in fourth, and he is not too far off, but Nieder still in tow here in fifth place. Sir Churro in sixth. We've got Bar 27 in seventh with a half-second track limit penalty here, so that's going to slow him down a little bit. Pickles here in eighth. Ghost 45 in ninth. He's just coming onto that first set of ovals right there. And Corey GT35 here in 10th place. So all drivers still on track, putting in their paces here today, ladies and gentlemen, which is fantastic to see. Alright, so it is Jay Stewart in the lead here on lap 21, but Jay Silva is closing that gap. That gap continues to shrink bit by bit here, so Silva is pushing to try and catch up to Jay Stewart up ahead here. We have THG's Pork in third place, and he can see Yoni and Nieder back there, so he needs to be aware that those drivers are pressing. Yoni in fourth place, and Nieder starting to close that gap up a little bit here as well. We're going to have to keep an eye on those two here, I think, pretty soon, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like we might see a battle developing here. We're going to have to keep an eye on that radar. Sir Churro here in sixth place with Bar 27. He was chasing Sir Churro right there, but losing a little bit of time on that driver. Pickles now closing in on Bar 27 here. Ghost 45 coming around, and Corey GT35 just coming into turn 1 there as well. So, and Jay Stewart, really got my eyes on this as well, as it does appear to be that Jay Silva is closing in on that first place driver. Pork here in third place, and he's got a pretty comfy little cushion here right now. He's just got to not make any big mistakes. Yoni's still holding down fourth place here, and Nieder is just in behind, just out of that slipstream here currently in fifth place. Sir Churro, you can see them. He's starting to try and close up on them. He's starting to make up some ground here as well in sixth. And then you can see him behind Pickles and Bar 27 there. So Ricardo Pickles has now gotten around Bar 27. Bar 27 is going to drop down into eighth place here. So not sure if Bar 27 is just having an issue here or what's going on. Ghost 45 here in ninth place, and Corey's still in 10th. So here we go. Jay Stewart, where is he? Where is Silva? It's lap 22 of 25. We got 3 and a bit laps remaining. Nolander coming in with that like and that share. Much love, my dude. Hope you're having a fantastic evening. It is Silva chasing, and he is closing up the gap. Does he have enough time is the bigger question here, though. THG's Pork in third place, and we got lots to keep an eye on here. We got little groups all over the racetrack here right now. Ooh, Nieder going a little bit wide into the horseshoe there. That's going to cost him a little bit of time on the back end of Yanni there. Super unfortunate there for Nieder as he's really trying to gain as much position as he can. Limit the damage for this race here today. Sir Churro here in 6th place, and he is closing on those two drivers up ahead. Pickles now starting to pull away from bar 27, trying to catch up to Sir Churro up ahead of him, but there's a big gap there, and I don't know if he's got enough time. And bar 27 here in 8th place, and he should be feeling all right here. There's a pretty big gap between him and the next driver. Goes 45 here in 9th now as he's coming around, and Corey is just coming out of turns 1, 2, and 3, so No Liner Gaming coming in with that thumbs up as well. Much love, my dude. Much love. Since I don't know anyone except LJ, I'll root for him to go LJ. There we go. That works. That works. I think you're just picking the guy who's winning the race at the end of the race. I don't know. So it is Jay Stewart here in the lead on lap 23. 3 to go, ladies and gentlemen. 3 laps to go. Silva chasing. He's just entering the horseshoe. LJ's just leaving. You can see how much that gap has closed up. We're keeping an eye on that radar, chat. Pork here in 3rd place, and he is starting, I think, to lose a little bit of time on these two drivers in behind with Yanni and KCR's Nieder. So Nieder is in that slipstream there. I think now we're just on the tail end of it, so he is working on catching Yanni. Sir Churro's just about 2.5 seconds in behind these guys here as well. Pickles here in 7th place, and he's got a little bit of work to do if he wants to catch up to those guys. And bar 27 really losing the pace here with Pickles. We have Ghost 45 here in 9th and Corey in 10th, and is back to our race leader. Let's jump on board with Jay Stewart here. You can see in the rearview mirror there, you can just see Jay Silva right there in behind. He looks much closer when you look in behind the back window here. So Silva is closing in, and boy, it is getting close, ladies and gentlemen. It is getting close. Look behind here. This is what Jay Stewart can see now as he's trying to keep this race win under the belt here, but Silva has other ideas as he's really working hard at trying to reel Jay Stewart in. So other than that, right now Nieder and Yoni just not really battling here. Nieder's just working on trying to get into that point, but Sir Churro boy is coming in for a little taste, a little look here as he's really got a good run on Nieder, and it looks like he's going to get him on the outside, but is he? Nieder might be holding tight here coming into the bus stop. Nieder is just going to settle in behind here. So it is Sir Churro now moving up into P5, and Nieder moving backwards, and that is not ideal for our championship's point leader here today. As you can see, those guys just starting to drive away in the distance, so Sir Churro now has Yoni up in his sights. Ricardo Pickles here just coming out of the bus stop. You can't even see them guys, so still a fair bit of time to make up here for this driver. And bar 27 here as he's coming into the bus stop here on lap 23, and we'll just stick with him as he comes through here. A little bit of a wiggle there. We got Ghost 45 starting to come into the bus stop, and it seems like this driver is starting to make up a pretty good amount of time on the bar 27 here. So 2 laps. We'll have to see if anything can happen there for Ghost 45. And Corey is just starting to gain a little bit of time on those two drivers here as well as he's just coming out of the bus stop. So interesting. Very, very interesting. Paul, what is up, my guy? Paulie B. We love Paul Blostrom. How you doing, brother? Top comms as always. Appreciate you, Paul. Absolute legend this guy is, ladies and gentlemen. Super OG here at the page. Absolutely huge shout out to Paul Blostrom. Always coming in big, this guy. Jay Stewart in the lead. Let's get back to the TV crew. Oh, there it is, Jay Silva. Oh, did not realize he was that close, ladies and gentlemen. He takes that move up into the bus stop, and he gets that job done. He's going to slot up in front of Jay Stewart, and Jay Stewart very quickly losing first place there to Silva. Boy, Silva came in there like a rocket ship and just stole P1 away from Jay Stewart there, and his team Hypre in the lead. Jay Stewart has a nose full of that white Jaguar right now as we're coming up to the start-finish line, and wow, what a move there by Jay Silva on lap 24 in his final lap as these guys come around here, ladies and gentlemen. Can Jay Stewart respond? We're going to go take a look real quick through the field here and make sure we're not missing anything. We got Yanni and Nieder fairly close together here. Oh, let's stick with this. We have to stick with this, ladies and gentlemen. It is Silva and Jay Stewart, and these guys are down to the wire. 1 lap to go. Can Jay Stewart get it back from Jay Silva? Jay Silva doing everything he can to open the gap up. He reeled Jay Stewart in over several laps and made a beautiful beautiful move going into the bus stop. That was incredible, folks. Wow. And he is opening that gap up here on Jay Stewart. Jay Silva is like, see you later. I am not giving you an opportunity to get this back. But Jay Stewart looking to gain that time. He closing up through the horseshoes here. And we're coming out of this infield sector. It is going to be just a few corners remaining here, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to see which one of these two drivers comes out on top. Boy, oh boy, what a race. Did not see that coming, literally. Woof. High Priest Silva here in the ladies. He's coming around, and wow, oh wow. Yeah, wow, yeah. You know, these guys never cease to amaze. They always have the fireworks right at the end of the race. Absolutely fantastic racing this season here at Flat Out Racing North America. Again, sponsored by GTR Simulators and Apex Racing Team, ladies and gentlemen. And the man in the lead is Jay Silva. He races for Team Hypre, and Hypre Graphics gives us all our great visuals here for Flat Out Racing North America this season as well. But here we go, coming around. What are we going to see? I think it is going to be a win for Team Hypre here today in the Pro Division, as Jay Stewart just cannot make the run here. That's it. It is game over, and it is going to be a first place for Jay Silva here. What a great move going into the bus stop there to finish off lap 24. Jay Stewart with a good second place finish here, and it's going to be THG's Pork in third place, ladies and gentlemen. So great stuff here from Pork as well, finding his way to the podium here in round 9 at Daytona Road Course, and we're just going to let him come around here. Sir Churro, he's going to take a good, very good P4 finish here. This is great for him as well, as he's also trying to close in Near, who's going to finish behind him here today in P5. So Near still comes in with a solid P5 here, but Ione with a P6 finish. Nice finish for Ione. We got Pickles here with a P7, and that was close between these guys. And we got Ghost 45 here up in 8th place, so he has managed to get his way around bar 27 here at the end of the race as well. So looking like he is going to bring home P8 all said and done here today as well, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll stick with this driver here now as he's coming around the final couple lengths of the racetrack here, and start finish line incoming. Ooh, and a little showmanship there from Ghost. Bar 27 coming in very close behind there in 9th place. And Corey not too far behind these guys, coming around to round this thing off here in 10th place. So P10 points for every one of these drivers still nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen. So good stuff here. And that was some great racing in this Pro Division here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We see some great battling pretty much all race long. It was just quiet for just a few laps there, and then it was just these guys pushing and trying to catch each other up. And great move by Silva right near the end of the race there to overtake Jay Stewart and steal that race win from him, and put himself on the top of the podium there. So yeah, congratulations to Hypre's Jay Silva, Rockefeller Racing's Jay Stewart, and THG's Pork for their podium finishes here today, ladies and gentlemen. With that being said, let's move it over here. So, you're still with me? Fantastic. All right, we're going to give the guys a few minutes here to jump up into the chat. So, Pork, Stewart, and Silva, if you have the opportunity to jump into the Discord and have a quick chat with us, feel free to jump on in. We do have our second place driver here with us, so we'll just give it another minute here, ladies and gentlemen. Give Silva a chance to get in here as well. He just missed it last week, so I love how he talks about himself in the third person. Watch out, next Prime Minister could be Ghost 45. Ooh, I don't know if I want that job. Easy, 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 easy. Good race, gentlemen. That was a good race, I agree. That was some fantastic racing here by everybody tonight. So, a great job by all the drivers on track. Might have been a smaller field here tonight, but it was definitely a big race here. So, definitely some good stuff. Got Paul Blostrom coming in with that heart as well on the stream. Legend, that guy, I tell you. John Gray's a great race, LJ. And after solid 2 years of knowing you from Nick's stream, we get to hear your voice. John sounds pretty excited about that. Awesome racing. Oh, great league. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate you. Congrats, podiums. Hey, look at the love coming in. All right. We can do this out of order. It doesn't really matter. We are good at running on the fly. So we do have Jay Stewart. Now, we may or may not see Pork, but we'll go talk to our second place driver. So just give me a second here, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to hit that button. We're going to hit a button up over here. And doopy doop. And a button up down over here. All right. So we do have our second place driver here currently with us right now, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to go ahead and talk to Jay Stewart here. So that was a pretty interesting race. You did a really great job of staying up front there for most of the race. Not necessarily in the lead, but keeping yourself in contention for that point. And you had the lead looking like you kind of had it in the bag there nearing the end of the race, and then J.A. Silva just kept reeling you in, and then the big bold move into the bus stop to finish off lap 24, and he steals that position away from you. So I guess the first question is, are you fairly satisfied with your race finish here today?
Yeah. So coming into this, I was doing a one stop. So coming from the beginning of the season, there's no way I could have made this work. So me making this one stop work shows the amount of improvement I have had in the season. So yeah, I'm thrilled with my placement. I got second. My competition got fifth. So the championship got much closer. He did get the pole point, but we have coming in around 10 and we have a few other points coming in too with drop rounds with that. So it's going to be really close to the end. But yeah, I'm really excited. Well, I was really excited for how I place.
Well, you sure sound pretty excited to me, my man. That is for sure. That was some great racing. There was some great battling there up front very early on, and then kind of once you guys sorted yourselves out, you settled in. Now, a very large mix of strategies here, and were you surprised to see that modified two-stop come out of the eventual race winner, Jay Silva?
Yeah, I did not see that coming whatsoever. The 10-5-10 really surprised me. So yeah, props to him for making it work though. Congratulations.
Absolutely, and definitely a different strategy compared to all the other drivers in the field. We've seen lots of two stops out on the track. We've seen the one stops, and I mean, and now not to take away from the one stop. I mean, second place on the podium here, and as you stated, finishing three positions above the gentleman you're chasing for that championship title here, going with 1 week remaining, ladies and gentlemen, and then of course a missing race in the point standings and two drop rounds a factor, and it really is let the best man win here currently at the top of the standings right now. So what do you do now to prepare for Tokyo next week? I mean, tough racetrack to begin with. Everything is on the line for you. What's your move going forward here now, going into round 10?
I got to keep my head calm. I can't crack under pressure at round 10. But with it being Tokyo, I've already done some practice. I love this track. It's nice, flowy, and smooth. I'm building a strategy right now, so we're getting ahead on practice, and that's what I'm working on this week is just improving myself, improving what I can do on the track, trying different strategies, just throwing everything in there to so if something happens in the race, I can have a comeback for that.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Practice does make perfect, and with everything on the line, that all you can do is try and be perfect. So you've had a great run all season long. Did you think you'd be standing in a position to potentially win a championship coming into the final round this year?
No way, no. Because coming in round one, I struggled with fuel, I struggled with tires, I couldn't keep the pace up. I was practically coming out of retirement because I didn't race for a while. But yeah, there's no way I saw myself fighting for this championship. So I'm proud of everyone in this league. I'm proud of myself. We've all improved extraordinarily. So you can't be that upset at the end of the day.
Absolutely. You know, we've heard lots of drivers say that, especially leading into the end of the season here. No matter what happens, no matter where everybody settles out at the end of the season, everybody has a positive to take out of the season. Every single one of us has improved on and off the racetrack this season. And that's just due to the great competitive community nature of flat out racing North America. I mean, when you're up against guys that are faster, you have no choice but to try and become faster yourself. So you've been up to the challenge for sure this season here in the pro division, and looking pretty spicy. So shout outs and thank yous, my man.
Yeah, I just want to shout out my fellow racers for helping me practice, keeping my head calm. You for the fantastic comms every week, day in and day out, make the streams look amazing. And thanks to Jake. I'm going to thank him every race. I really, I can't thank him enough. He's the man, the legend. So thank you, Jake.
Cheers. Well, again, thank you for taking some extra time here with us tonight. Come and talk and tell us about your race here tonight. So great racing from you here tonight, and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
All right, so we do have our third place driver sitting in the wings waiting here. So we are going to go talk to THG's Pork next, ladies and gentlemen. And maybe somebody should tag Silva up in the Discord there, give him a chance to get up in here because I'm sure he's got plenty to say here tonight. As that was a pretty crazy race finish for him. But not to take away from this gentleman here in third place, THG's Pork. I mean, he ran a very steady, consistent, well driven race. And at the end of the night, he finds himself in P3. Now, you were on a little bit of an alternative two-stop strategy too. Am I correct?
Yeah. Didn't really go as planned. I was a lap short on my first stint. I just, for some reason, I was having trouble. I didn't have a whole lot of time to practice this week, so I was having trouble trying to find that. I think it was like, I think I can't, I think I went in on 9. I wanted 10 out of my first stint, and I just wasn't able to find that fuel and also keep that pace that I was looking for. So, unfortunately, that was not one of my, well, it actually kind of worked out for me, but realistically speaking, that wasn't my strongest track. Um, but yeah, I mean, the contact that happened in the first lap of the race did not help with my planning at all. I'm not sure if you noticed or not, but I had a little bit of contact entering the bus stop on lap 1, which gave me some damage, which really, I think, kind of slowed my car down, especially on those straights. And I just couldn't find that fuel I needed to get that 10 laps. So I feel like every time I short myself on a lap and I always watch myself go in one lap earlier than the typical race leaders. And I know that that's what's killing me at this point because I feel like it just kind of throws my pace off and it kind of, I pay for it at the end of the race, if that makes sense.
Oh, absolutely. But I mean, nonetheless, even having a stint of damage and still finding your way on the podium. And I mean, it wasn't you. You had some healthy battles there very early on in the race. It was very spicy up in that front mid pack there, especially at the beginning of the race for the first 5, 6 laps there. And then you guys kind of sorted yourselves out and determined who was the quicker of the next guy, and got
Yeah.
yourselves in line there. And then the race really kind of settled in, and that's when everybody started to worry about exactly what you're talking about. You know, your fuel, your tires, potential damage from a little bit of Robbins racing early on in the race as well. So, uh, I mean, I can attest to it. Damage on this racetrack is absolutely just horrifying. It just slows the race car. It costs you so much miles per hour on these big straightaways. And, you know, the Jaguar finally got to go out and play here at Daytona. So the last thing the race car drivers wanted here was to be struggling with their horsepower tonight. But you did a really great job. And it was really unfortunate there. Your teammate there, Corey, was looking really great here tonight. You know, you guys had the potential maybe to see
Yeah.
a double podium this evening. And just an unfortunate incident there for that particular driver. But you know, he kept his head on him. He got that crew in there, and they got that car all taped up, and they got him back on track. And he still comes out with great top 10 points. But not to take away from your racing here today, still bringing home that podium for the team. So, I mean,
Yeah, I kind of wanted to touch on that too because like Corey was like at the beginning. I know you probably noticed, but like through those first like those entry laps to the race, like he was pulling away from me. So like his pace was so strong. Like he was moving and he was probably dumping. I mean, close. I mean, he every time I took a turn, I saw a tenth of a second go away, and having that like, and then he just had an unfortunate moment and on that turn 1, and I told him at the end, I was like, just pretty much just lucky that I ended up in third. And otherwise, it would have been him somewhere between P1 and P3, and me in fourth. That's like kind of where I felt like I was laying at that point. So, shout out to him. He was so fast on that track, and it sucks that it ended up turning out that way because I know he had it in him to take that P1.
absolutely, but I mean that's racing. I mean, that's racing in a nutshell, right? At the worst moments, you know, a
Right.
tire could pop, or you could blow a piston in your engine, and that's it for it's game over. Your race is over. Or you get out into the marbles and you lose the back end of your race car and you rub it up against the wall and you lose a little bit of
Yeah, for
aerodynamic
sure.
advantage, right? I mean anything can happen. So I'm sure he's probably not overly happy with how it went down for him. But at the same time, I'm sure he's quite pleased that he's seeing the teammates still standing on the podium, bringing one home for the team. So. So that was some great racing from you. You've been racing really strong and solid all season long. So
I
really,
appreciate that.
really happy with with the result here this evening.
Oh, absolutely. Like honestly, like I said, I was not confident coming into this one, and I told that to my teammate earlier before the race. I was like, dude, I don't know. I kind of had that Brands Hatch feeling before the race. Just like I can't find that consistency, and for some reason, when it comes race time, I feel like I can lock it in. But that Stewart and Silva, man, those guys. I mean, Silva, he's next level, man. That guy is so fast. He's hard to keep up with, and I shout out to him for that win, and every other win that he's had since joining the league. That's some strong driving from him, and I also want to mention that I don't know what happened with that contact in that first lap, but there's no hard feelings here. I know it was probably some sort of lag or some kind of just game issue that just kind of made it an unfortunate event for everybody involved. So my bad, Neater and Pickles. It's all good, brother.
Well, a little bit of contact does happen in racing from time to time. If it doesn't affect anybody's, lines or racing,
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. Sometimes it happens. It's tight quarters getting around these corners, especially when you got so much on the line at the end of the season. Everybody just is trying to gain every little bit of tenth of a second advantage they can on the next driver to try and get the best finish. So at the end of the day, you guys settled it out very, very well on the racetrack, and it was a good, spicy race. It was some great stuff there. So great racing for me. Congratulations and shout outs and thank
Thanks,
yous.
brother. I appreciate that. Thanks.
Do you have any shout outs and thank yous? Sorry.
Oh yeah. Shout out to my team. They helped me out getting through these practices, getting me ready, and obviously to you for doing what you do for the league, and for Morin for doing all the work that he does, and all the other admin. We got a lot of stuff we're dealing with right now, and everybody just hold it together. We're almost done through the season, and it's turned out to be pretty great, and I look forward to season 3. And I'm, Ghost, like I said, man, I appreciate you and all you do for us. So thank you.
Hey, somebody's got to bring it to the viewers. The viewers cannot miss this great racing that you guys are putting on here. So we appreciate it. We do appreciate it. But again, great racing from you tonight, and huge congratulations. And Tokyo, how you feel? How you feel about next week's race?
Yeah. I was kind of hoping you wouldn't ask me that, because it's just not, the feelings aren't getting better as we go through. Tokyo, I got some work to do. We'll just leave it at that.
I feel like that's probably the feeling for a majority of the field from all the
I got some
divisions.
Tokyo grinders out there that are gurus on it, but I am not one of them.
Facts. All right, well, better get that car on track and get that thing dialed in and tested and tuned, and we'll see what you got.
Absolutely.
We'll see what you got this weekend.
All right, brother.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
And we do not have Mr. Silva, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen. So, that's too bad. That's really too bad. We might have to take some time with Mr. J. Silva and maybe have a chat with him at the end of the season here. Because, as of course Pork had just mentioned, this guy's come in not fully into the season for the whole season. If he would have been here at the beginning of the season, he would be one of these guys battling for that top spot. He has come in, he has been quick, he's been consistent, and he has battled hard, and he's been at the front of this group every single race. Even with the little mistakes or the big mistakes he makes, he seems to have what it takes to still battle for podiums. So, the drivers really has come in late and showed a lot of skill and a lot of pace, and he's definitely got a lot to show, and he's definitely capable of winning a championship here in the Pro Division of Flat Out Racing North America without a question of a doubt. I know he was pretty excited about the win here today. He's really excited about how his season has gone so far this season. And he should be. He's raced very, very well, and he's been very quick. So, coming up with a huge win, a great move on Stewart in the bus stop on lap 24 of 25 to take that race lead, and he just didn't look back. I mean, he just took that thing and he sent it. And at the end of the day, it brings him home a big-time P1 and 25 points for the win. So, fastest lap does belong to Sir Churro, however, ladies and gentlemen. So he does steal that lap. And just so you guys do know what that lap was, it was a 1:43.459. So Group 3 around Daytona, that's quick, ladies and gentlemen. That is definitely quick. Again, faster than the elite guys, but the Jaguar finally was able to go and stretch its legs here tonight. And, I mean, that's what matters the most, right? The car finally got to go and play, and it really did show what it had. Almost a second faster than all the other divisions around Daytona here, and that is just made. That is all gained on these big, huge runs here around Daytona. The Jaguar just outmuscles all those other cars. So that's fast, says Payme, and Payme would know. He's an elite driver, ladies and gentlemen. So it was some great racing. I really enjoyed this race. That was a lot of fun to watch. Small lobby, but big impact and great battling. I mean, the front 6, 7 guys for the first 5, 6 laps, just swapping those positions around the backside of the pack for the first half of the race, were just swapping positions around like they were playing checkers. It was incredible. And then about lap 13, 14, when the pit stops all happened, and the race really did settle in. Everybody was just in their rhythm, in their paces, trying not to make those mistakes, trying to gain that extra time, and. I mean, great battles at the end of the race as well. We've seen a couple of groups really get tightened up. We've seen a couple of late lap position changes, and the big one again being our race winner, Jay Silva, coming in with a huge pass through the bus stop to hold the lead down for 1 lap from Jay Stewart. So, big implications for the standings. Our championship points leader not having the best of days today here on the racetrack, finishing in 5th place. Jay Stewart finishing 3 positions ahead of him, so that's going to be a big points gain there for Jay Stewart here on KCR Nieder tonight. That is definitely going to tighten up the race for the championship title at the end of the season. So special shout out to Miller Time Gaming, ladies and gentlemen, coming in with the Miller Time Gaming raid. Welcome in, MTG fam. Sorry you guys just caught the end of the broadcast. It was a great race. Definitely recommend you guys going back and hitting the page here in a few minutes and checking it up when it hits the recording. Go watch this race. It was a really good time and great racing had by these Jaguar drivers here this evening. So thank you so much on behalf of Flat Out Racing North America, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, the sponsors, GTR Simulators and Apex Racing Team. That link is provided in the Facebook comments here in GT45 Gaming for the merch site to go and buy Flat Out Racing North America merchandise as well. Get it while you can, ladies and gentlemen. It's only for a limited time now, so season's ending. That means the merch line eventually is going to come to an end, folks. So if you want it, you gotta go get it. And one more week, round 10, Tokyo. I can't remember which layout it is, but it doesn't matter. It's Tokyo. It's street circuit style. These guys don't have runoffs. They don't have grass. They don't have sand. Every mistake is going to cost these drivers around Tokyo. You hit the wall, you're going to get damaged. You get damaged, it's going to cost you time. That's it. These drivers are going to have to figure out how to drive nose to tail 25 plus times around Tokyo without hitting the walls or each other and have a good spirited race. Not a lot of opportunity to pass depending on which layout it is. The drivers are going to have to be very patient, and this is Tokyo. Rain could be a factor in our finale, ladies and gentlemen. It is a random weather model here at Flat Out Racing North America, and Tokyo is one of those tracks. It can most certainly rain, and boy can it rain there. So anything can happen this weekend here at Flat Out Racing North America. If the weather comes in, it could have huge implications on the finish and the standings and the way these championships settle in, ladies and gentlemen. So you definitely don't want to miss next Saturday and Sundays for our finale weekend here at Flat Out Racing North America. We're going to be back tomorrow night with our Pro-Am Lobby 2, ladies and gentlemen, for their race at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, much like we were live this evening for our Pro guys. And then we just got one more week left. One more. That's it. Appreciate everybody coming in. Thank you, everybody, for showing all that support. If you haven't yet already, if you don't mind, please do hit that like and that share. It's just a couple little free things you can do to help the page grow. And if you really did enjoy the racing and the content and you want to continue to see more content, just click that follow or that subscribe button, depending on the channel it is you're viewing. Hit the little bell, turn on all live notifications, and you'll get notified every time we bring a race live from Flat Out Racing North America. We love you all out there. We see you all. We appreciate you all. We can't do it without the viewers. We definitely can't do it without our volunteers. Special shout out to the volunteers, everybody behind the scenes that keeps the wheels turning here at Flat Out Racing North America. Absolute vital part of any racing league, real life or sim racing. Bite your tongue, Rain. Hey, I got to deal with this too. Remember this, guys. Come on, and and just settle in. Have a fantastic week, everybody. If I miss you tomorrow night, we don't see you here flat out tomorrow night. I hope you all have a fantastic work week. We will be live throughout the week as well for regular stuff here at GT45 Gaming. And most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, stay winning because you all matter.